Lorde has dropped Solar Power, which is her third studio album, and people have been waiting 4 years for it. It's a long time for an album. I mean, if you think about it, a majority of artists out there, they'll put out, one album every year or 2 years. But let's be honest, most of those albums sound like Now, I took a listen to this album and then another listen to it, and I started writing my review, which, by the way, if you would like to see a in-depth track-by-track review of this album, you can go over to the new otdemusic.com music blog. The link is down in the description, and you can get a full in-depth track-by-track review. I started seeing a lot of people saying, oh, I don't know how I feel about this Lorde album. Oh, this is different. I don't like it. This doesn't sound like Lorde. I don't know if I can vibe with the album. It's just not what I was expecting. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? You're wrong. The notion of this just isn't a Lorde album is just not true. I mean, there's everything in this album, has all the key qualities of a Lorde album. You know, the vocal experimentation, you have the harmonies, you have her iconic raspy voice, you have her lyrical outlook on life and perspective on things, whether going on outside of her life or in her personal life. All of these key attributes make a Lorde album. It made pure heroine, it made melodrama, and these qualities make Solar Power. They just happen to be wrapped up in a warm, fuzzy, euphoric blanket. And that's the first thing that I noticed listening to this album is, yes, although it does sound different sonically than anything we have heard from Lorde before in the past, it still feels like a Lorde album for me. And what a journey this album is. I'm serious. This album is like a full spiritual journey in itself, not only musically, but lyrically as well. I mean, the major theme throughout the album is change. People in the album experience change. Lorde experiences changes around her as well. I mean, just in the first couple songs, like in California, talking about how, she went to LA and started becoming a celebrity. Right there's a change from being a nobody to a somebody, and then wanting to leave California and find a different life. Lorde gives credit to nature, to the sun, just to the world and the gifts that it offers in order to become a more complete person. And that's just painted all over the album throughout the songs, whether it's about her changes personally, wondering if she's too comfortable in a situation and that she needs to change to get out of it to make things different, or reflecting on nature in itself and humanity and how it's destroying it. But the production on this album is quite beautiful, to be honest. I mean, it's very, very reminiscent of like 1960s, hippie flower girl love music. And that's the thing, is I did the Mood Ring reaction. That was the first song that I've actually heard off of this album, and it gave off that same vibe. Little did I know that the whole album was going to sound like that. Growing as a person is the key thing here. It's Lorde saying, hey, look, I understand this may not be what you expect, but I'm a different person now. I've grown. And that should be the goal of every artist, musically and personally. I feel if an artist doesn't grow musically or personally, they're gonna fail no matter what, or their music is gonna get redundant. But I'm sure Lorde has been through a lot within the last 9-10 years she's been in the music industry. There's a lot of growth there and a lot of change, especially starting as young as she did. But overall though, this album is just a great feel-good album. This album coming out at the end of the summer as we go into the fall, it's almost like Lorde is like, here, take this with you through the cold months, to keep you warm, to keep you safe, to keep you calm. Everything is gonna be okay. The rating I would give this album, I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's probably one of the most cohesive projects Lorde has put out in her discography. 3 albums. I mean, it's a three-peat for sure, back to back to back. But let me know your guys' thoughts about the album, guys, down in the comments. Remember, there is a in-depth written track-by-track review if you want to get more of my thoughts on this album. There is a link to that post down in the description of this video. Make sure you head over to the new Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links to that as well down in the description of this video. Go and follow those. Last but not least, guys, shout out to all of our new subscribers here on the Off the Deep End channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining our little growing community. And until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, see you then.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe and check out more videos on our channel.